One thing that didn't happen was Dele Alli moving. He's still a Spurs player. It's been reported that PSG put in 3 offers for him. They all got rejected. It's emerged as well that Giovanni Lo Celso will be out for at least a further 3 weeks because of a hamstring injury. So, I mean, this kind of injury, Lo Celso's injury, must have been a factor at least in the reluctance to let him go. But apparently Jose Mourinho had his blessing, if that's what he wanted to do, go. And it was actually Daniel Levy that wanted him to stay. What do you think?
Yeah, it makes kind of sense because it was similar to me. But I'll get onto that because I know Harry, when Harry was the Tottenham manager, he wanted me to go because he wanted to bring his own in. But Daniel Levy kind of wanted me to stay, so that makes sense. But for Dele Alli, I do feel a little bit sorry for him. He's not played hardly any football this season. And listen, that is a dream move to go to PSG and work with a manager that really rates you. You're going to be working with some of the very best, by the way, in Neymar and Mbappe, these top players. And to be fair, I think in certain situations, I think Daniel Levy didn't want to be made to look stupid because you know what happens if Tottenham at the minute are not going along very, very well. He goes over to PSG, he starts ripping it up, playing really well, which I think he would have done. He would have gone into the team, played really well. People would have said, well, hold on a second, why have you let him go? Like, you've let him go, we're not doing very well, why not play him? So Daniel Levy is quite clever at that, he's quite shrewd, he's thinking, well, he kind of covers all bases. Rather than me send him over there to a manager who was loved by the Spurs fans, first and foremost, send him one of our best players, because Dele Alli, for me, is still one of their best players. He goes over there, plays very, very well, and everyone starts to go, well, Daniel Levy, again, don't know what you're doing, don't know what you're talking about. This is why these situations happen. So for me, I'm sad for Dele Alli because I want him to play football. And if Jose Mourinho saying he had his blessing to go, then surely Daniel Levy would say.
How are you feeling if you're Dele Alli this morning?
Frustrated, annoyed. It's a chance of a lifetime. However you want to look at it, right now, he's not playing football at all. Spurs aren't in the title race for me anymore. Although I didn't think they could win the title anyway. They're not in the title race anymore. And he's not even playing in some FA Cup games. You know what I mean? He's getting minutes here, minutes there. So for me, for Dele Alli, it was the chance of a lifetime. Go and play with some of the best players in the world. Go and play for a manager that really rates you. Because listen, you can never underestimate the love. If a manager really rates you as a player and wants to have you, and you've had him before, mate, he will run through brick walls for you. And Dele Alli would have done that for Poch, but the fact that he's not been allowed to do that, I do feel for him. It's no surprise for me when it comes to Spurs, because Ali, the same thing kind of happened with me at the end of my second season at Spurs, when I knew Harry didn't want me, even though Harry played me towards the end of the season. It was obvious that he wanted me to move on, because I think he wanted to bring in Peter Crouch, I think, or someone like that. So I was like, that's fair enough. So that we were scheduled to go to China or Hong Kong on pre-season, and I'm on the plane, and all day I'm saying, well, there's no point me going because I'm going to sign for Sunderland. And even Harry was saying, yeah, that's right. But Daniel said, you've got to go. I was like, okay, so we get on the plane now, the door shut, and then the chief exec, I can't remember his name at the time, he comes running back and going, oh, Darren, you can get off the plane now. I think a deal's been done. What? So, exactly. So I'm sitting on the plane, like, the doors are shut, and then they say, oh, no, Darren, you can get off the plane now because I think the deal with Sunderland's been done, so you don't have to come to Hong Kong or China.
Had you put on your wee slippers and all that stuff when
all the boys were laughing at me, thinking, like, why are you even coming?
Did you have your eye mask?
I know everything, but it was just.
Oh no! Did you put that lip gloss on?
It's lovely, that, isn't it?
So it was everything. So I had to get off the plane, obviously make my own way, get my bag, make my own way home from the airport. But then the worst part about it was the deal did not get done until they got back. So I set, if you can remember, I set that tweet out, didn't I, about will Daniel Levy stop? You know.
Tell us about it.
I can't really say it on air what I tweeted, but this is the frustration. It's because I thought the deal would have been done, and you're talking 2 weeks later, because they went for 10 days. I'm sitting in my house doing nothing. I can't go up to Sunderland. I'm not allowed. I can't train. But for 2 weeks, I'm just sitting there in limbo because Daniel Levy is like picking the bones out of this deal. So
you would have preferred to go over there, train, do all that sort of stuff with the team?
No, I'd rather they just got the deal done when they said that it was going to get done. Yeah. Like the next couple of days, go up to Sunderland and meet my new teammates, rather than having a week to prepare for the Premier League season. Why did it drag? Do you know? Apparently, he wanted to drain every last bit of money out of it. I think they paid 16, so he wanted to get close to it. But surely, if you say, right, the deal's been done 2 weeks early, you think, oh right, I must be packing my bags and go up to Sunderland tomorrow, or the next day. As I said, they came back, and it still wasn't done.